should understand my next 3 cars gonna be at least. I ain't never losing sleep about no beef, I roll in peace.
Going to react to Charlamagne, the producer, not the producer, the podcast guy. He apparently failed to rebrand. When did he ever rebrand? I never heard of this. I thought he was still branded. So we're gonna react to this. The failed rebound of Charlamagne the Go. Yo, I can't lie. His show was bro. I'm pretty sure he has every rapper on. That's the thing. How do podcasts get big? Is it just like a streamer? Like they just post clips and then it just gets big? Like, but there was no TikTok back then. So how do podcasts like blow up and shit? No, this is actually genuine. Like how the fuck do podcasts, especially these type of guys, cause they didn't even have TikTok. Are they industry niggas, industry plants and shit? Nah, there's some. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Sean, I'm on your ass, bro. Wait, who? Wait, where's OK Dougie? I see two streamers. Damn. Okay, but how did he get to host rappers, bro? Did he just jump straight? Is he like a friend with? Oh, never mind. He might be friends with a rapper who like first collabed with him and then made other rappers. Okay, that's literally the only way, unless he went straight to fucking Diddy's house and there's some dirty word, bro. I'm gone. Are you not radio? Okay, hold on. Mhm. Oh, so you went to before you okay. Nah, nah. And why is he with like Michael Jackson role though? Joined? I thought it was his. Okay, never mind. Damn. Yeah. Wait, so he start? I thought it was Aiden who started that shit. Yo, it's cold. It's cold.
Yo, boy, it's not hard to find me. Don't call me a boy, please. It's not hard to find me. If someone wanted to find me, they would have been found me.
Hmm.
Now he don't want to get caught up in it. You see how I get under his skin?
At this moment, people noticed that
Mm.
Charlamagne could be defanged by someone like Takashi, and there was nothing to fear. And
I'm gonna edit all this out, you know. We editing all this out. Straight on, fam. We editing all this out. Straight on, fam.
trying to
10 hours, I
bring
ain't
it
gonna lie.
as the Charlamagne picked up,
Fortnite can
the
wait 10
fandom
hours.
began.
Listen, Charlamagne, you don't got no Billboard records,
Yeah, because I got
one.
a nationally
But
syndicated
listen, you don't
radio
got no
show.
Billboard
I
records.
got nationally
Listen,
syndicated radio show. I got a New York Times best-selling book. I've had hit TV shows. I executive produce a lot of TV shows.
Uh,
I got
to
movies
be
coming
honest, if
out.
uh.
it wasn't for this, I would have never heard about you.
But to make matters
Wow.
worse, there was actually a fair point made by Takashi, in that when it comes to Charlamagne's notoriety, it mostly comes down to his time on the Breakfast Club. That's not anything to be ashamed about, and it's sustained a successful run for a long time. But it seems that it's a narrative that Charlamagne wants to change, and has led to constant attempts to branch out. However, his moves into other media haven't been so seamless. Let's start with his TV shows, Uncommon Sense, The God's Honest Truth, and Hell of a Week. In each case, they didn't last too long before ratings plummeted, and they were eventually canceled. In the case of the last two, even the aid of late-night legends like Stephen Colbert didn't help. Perhaps neither did Charlamagne's very blatant attempt to rebrand. Billed as the conversations that were happening in the barbershops, Charlamagne even went as far as being
Wait, he
known
left the
under his
Breakfast
real
Club?
name. When I hear the name Leonard, I think about my grandma. I think about my mama. The name snaps me back into reality, and it just keeps me from being a caricature of myself. From there, he doubled down, saying that not only is this what I should be doing now, I feel like this is my future. Well, if it is Charlamagne's future, it unfortunately looked bleak, as once again, it was proven that people simply weren't interested in the newer, more politically correct version of Charlamagne. Besides, it's bizarre that he even seems so eager to get into TV. The
Rich
TV
broke.
industry is a
Okay.
sinking ship. Having said that, his attempts to transition into the world of podcasting hasn't gone perfectly either.
Really?
Launched in September 2020, Charlamagne and iHeartRadio launched the Black Effect Network amid the content gold rush of the. I saw what Bill Simmons was doing with The Ringer, and I realized there wasn't a place like that serving black people and the black audience.
Okay.
I feel like if I could get a machine like iHeart behind a company that could get all of these black podcasts together under one umbrella.
Okay, now we're just yapping, bro. Why did he fail to rebrand, bro? This is what I'm talking about with these YouTubers, bro. I got clickbaited again, bro. That's 3 for 3. Yes, we know bro, tell us why.
Tremendous success, and we have. At its core, it's an admirable concept, and they've had some successes with shows like Checking In with Michelle Williams,
Alright, Black on Business?
Clean Money, and 85 South Show. However, for every podcast that gained an audience, there's dozens that have yet to take off. Not to mention, it was quite a bold move for iHeart to team up with Charlamagne, especially given the current cultural climate. Circling back to 2018, an old charge from 2001 resurfaced against him. Fortunately for Charlamagne, the 3 years of parole he'd already served were considered sufficient. The case was dropped. Still,
Totally.
this incident, which he personally had no involvement in, has intensified the scrutiny of his past towards women. Because of this, Charlamagne to this day continues to try and make amends.
Why am I giving myself down to you today? Because I feel stupid. But I am just now realizing that a lot of us men in America have been raised on culture.
What?
I feel bad and extremely dumb that I didn't realize this earlier in my life. I look at some of the things I used to say to women in interviews here on the Breakfast Club, and I'm like, bruh, you was wild.
While what he's saying has a lot of
Who is we, bro? Like, who's he talking about?
suspicion that he's only walking back his past comments today
Who is we?
in order to progress his career. After all, this is a man that went from sniffing J-Lo's chair to interviewing Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. With those accolades, it makes sense that he might want to be seen as more than just a shock jock whose career is built on controversy. The only problem is that when he tries to push forward, he keeps getting viciously checked. Just look at what Larry Elder did to him.
When Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, you don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, that should have been a wake-up call on your part. How dare this guy come in here and insult you, a black man, and tell you got to think a certain kind of way? I'm amazed that you weren't mad about that.
I'm not going to say it upset me, just like I'm not letting you upset me. You know what I mean? I don't tend to get upset over things like
Well,
that.
he came in here and told you you aren't even black and let you think a certain kind of way. It seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call for you, but it wasn't, apparently.
Continuing to be marginalized, there are even those who believe that just as he started as a B-Mic on the Wendy Williams show, he's reverting back to that now on his own podcast.
Oh, I'm not arguing with nobody that's the B-Mic on their show. If it's your show and you the B-Mic, shut the up. I'm not arguing. You've taken yourself out of Pod Wars.
He's 100% the B-Mic when he's sitting next to Schultz on his show.
And during these harsh words from the man who basically occupies the space that Charlamagne once had as the #1 cultural commentator, Joe's critique comes in reference to how
Joe
Charlamagne's
Budden?
co-host on The Brilliant Idiots has
Y'all
basically
think I'm not
cultured
cultured?
fame. Back
Like
when the
that.
podcast started, Andrew Schultz was the up-and-comer, and Charlamagne's star power legitimized him. But But that's not the case anymore, with Brilliant Idiots becoming the less popular of Schultz's 2 podcasts. And in the view of academics, a major part of this came because Charlamagne began to water down his persona.
For future episodes of Brilliant Idiots, he was a very toned down PC version of himself. You have a guy next to you who's still got his gun on, shooting up everywhere and always doing his thing. You might assume the person who's kind of keeping it a little bit tamer is the B mic, but I don't think so.
In essence, what academics' comments allude to is that the self-preservation
Yo, he kind of looks like Tupac. I might. Sure.
and suddenly becoming a much more sedate and conscious version of himself, he's unfortunately misinterpreted what people tuned into the Breakfast Club for. Simply put, it wasn't really about his deep insights or political opinions. People were there for the wild, unpredictable.
The failed rebound, Charlamagne the God. It's a message. This is. You think it's a failed rebrand, but if you think deeply, it's a successful rebrand of Tupac. Tupac isn't dead. They want you to think he's failing with the rebrand shit, but he's really Tupac, and Tupac was like, yo, Tupac was actually heavily in the gang, and heavily in gang wars, or all that bullshit, you know? But the only way to get out is he had to rebrand into something else. Almost the closest thing to hip hop. Good to know.
Moments. And sadly, by stepping away from that chaos, he's essentially boxed himself out of the niche he used to dominate. Nowadays, Charleston White, Boosie, and TK Kirkland are now inhabiting that position as the go-to guy for cultural hot takes for Vlad TV, and DJ Academics is the voice of hip-hop to teens and young adults. Meanwhile, it's hard to imagine that any TV network will be willing to take the chance on another show bearing Charlotte's name. Still, for everything that it's worth, he solidified.
Yo, Kai Cenat is the face of.
Crossing over, he's got a tendency to put a positive spin on it.
People are not willing to grow because they get stuck in the one thing that worked for them. Imagine if I was still doing what I was doing 15 years ago. I'd have been played out. The reason I would have been played out is because people will see through that. They know that's performative.
And as we've talked about, his attempts to move past his old persona haven't been as successful as he's hoped.
It's good.
But one thing is clear. He's not a quitter. Or perhaps he simply can't.
Wait, where's Kai Cenat, bro?
I read YouTube comments and people say he lost his edge. And really, it's not that he lost his edge. He's still clever. He's still witty. Like, y'all interviewed Charlamagne in 2013. In the interview, that say, yo, act right now is too hot to like. Right now, you need the interview. That say, yo,
what?
Right now is too hot to like. Right now, you need your Nubian white. That.
What?
Right now is too hot to like. Right now, you need your Nubian white. That was toxic. I ain't gonna hold you. Imagine if he was still sniffing seats, bro. They would have tried to put this in Guantanamo Bay. I think he kind of realized, like, yo, bro, you gotta chill, tone it down, and I think that's what he did. Just tone it down.
Still, it doesn't help that he doesn't always practice what he preaches. Because of the fact that he still exists in the Breakfast Club space, where he occasionally dips back into his old persona, fans are confused by who Charlamagne really is. And as a result, it's hard for anyone to fully support his new ventures when they come off as temporary or inauthentic. Because now, it's even starting to stress out the people close to him.
Why you jumping this though? You don't even know her. You gotta get to know her and court her and, you know, see if y'all are compatible.
Tight.
She's not even gonna give you nothing.
Bro, what happened to you?
What do you mean? I've always said that.
I want my legacy to be a legacy of service, Charlotte told Forbes. I want people from all walks of life to talk about how I serve them in some capacity. That's what I feel like we're all here to do. I want to be of service to my family, and I want to be of service to our people, period. At the moment, it's safe to say that Charlamagne isn't measuring up to that mark. If you ask most people to summarize who Charlamagne is and what his legacy means at the moment, it'll still equate to not much more than the shock jock reputation that he garnered.
He's probably just brand free. Or
46 years old, Charlamagne
brand risk, brand free.
Being in mainstream media,
No.
but at the moment, it's a tough market for him to crack. Still, wherever he goes
Like
here,
brand.
I think it's important to
He's like brand friendly. He's brand friendly. That's what he is.
The Breakfast Club is still the #1 urban morning show in the country. Charlotte has already given us 20 plus years of entertainment and firmly solidified himself in the Radio Hall of Fame. However, he needs to be cautious with his next steps, or he risks a big fall.
Damn.
Battles to business betrayals.
Damn.
Today we're going to talk about billionaires who hate each other, starting with the twins who got screwed over by a sociopath, but getting rich anyway. In the fall of 2003, Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss and their friend Divya needed a web developer for their Harvard student-based social network called HarvardConnection.com. They reached out to a young campus celebrity named Mark Zuckerberg, who had risen to notoriety by making a Hot or Not clone for